Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a GameReplays.org Gamecast for Heroes of Newerth. This is a special cast from the Meet Your Makers EU tournament. We have today Clan Epic Support and Clan Dilated Dream Team. Now, some of you might notice DDT. They have been on Game Replays before. They were part of our Outpick series, so it's good to see that they're in a tournament. I've been told this is a great game to do it, and there's nobody better to do it with than Battle Fury. How you doing?
How's it going, man? Right now, on a scale from 1 to 10, I am so drunk. No, I'm joking. I'm
Where
not.
is that in the scale of 1 to 10?
That's how drunk.
Oh, okay, great. So we're gonna have a drunk cast today for Epic Support and Dilated Dream Team. But I've been told this is a good good match. It was submitted to the GameReplays.org replay system and has had some pretty good downloads and reviews. A lot of people asking for this. So here we are. Apparently I forgot to finish up my D&D message. So how about you go over the bands?
Oh, okay. For some reason I'm deja vu here. But okay, so it starts off there. Timo doing the first band, Vindicator. DDT then banning Engineer. WOAH banning Plague Rider. Then opposed with a Chronos. Then DDT banning Fade. WOAH doing Witch Slayer and DDT doing... Wait, I have Fade again here. That doesn't even make sense. Oh. The heck? Okay, sorry. My replay here, I have the band done twice. Oops. Yeah, there's only 4 bands here. Wait, there should be 6.
Welcome back to the casting scene, yes. Where replays
No, I know.
repeat.
I don't understand what happened there. That's... How could I even be missing bands? It looks like Plague Rider, Fade. Oh, Chronos and Engineer, I think, were the 2 not mentioned here.
Yeah, you got them all. Don't worry, dude.
Oh, yeah, I got Engineer.
You got to catch them all. Pokemon test complete. So,
man, I know, eh?
That being said, we will move on to the picks. So, who had first pick? Of course, Legion side. So, Glacius picked up quite off the bat there for Chef. I'm going to call him Chef. Looks like Chef. So, Glacius there, obviously, great support hero. Able to synergize. Also could be very indicative of a tri-lane. So, he has gotten more into the whole tri-lane stuff from Dota, right?
Oh yeah, the tri-lane is awesome. Love that stuff.
Now also on the flip side there, we went into a Dr. Repulsor Andromeda. Andromeda is also another big signal flare for that tri-lane as well. Usually they're best put together, but hey, split up
it like might be a counter tri-lane there too, seeing the Glacius maybe, but...
Could be anything at this point. Yep, so Dr. Repulsor, obviously that Storm Spirit port over from Defense of the Ancient, so he came over quite nicely. He's been used quite a bit in some of the more top tier games these days.
He's been banned quite a bit too in a lot of the higher tier games too as well, so that says something about him, I think, as well.
It's interesting. I'm kind of curious. They banned Fade, but I don't think I've seen a game with Fade played even when she's not banned in a good while.
Well, it's banned so much there, I don't even think people look at it. Like Chipper's not banned here either too, right? And it's not in there. But or Arachna, another one that usually pops up, but
we don't know. Maybe. Anyways, so all right. So to counter that, we had a Swiftblade Valkyrie. Swiftblade being that hard carry, goes up very nicely with anyone that can initiate with a slow. Glacius Tundra, Valkyrie Arrow, any other kind of support coming down the line here. Also really good candidate for a tri-lane. So
yeah, actually, those 3 that they have, Glacius, Swiftblade, and Valkyrie, those 3, I wouldn't be surprised seeing them in the tri-line. But
I gotta disagree. I don't see Valkyrie, because Valkyrie is a very easy 2-on-1 hero, so she could easily be in her own lane. I would not see her wanting to share lane whatsoever.
But she does do really good support as well too in the chase down as well with Glacius and Swiftblade. Like not getting a kill, Valkyrie can go in there and catch up, which Glacius and Swiftblade can't really catch up when it comes down to in a small little team battle there.
Well, sure, for the mid to late game coming in for ganks, totally agree.
I mean, if they get Balfagor there or Demented Shaman, they would be the better pick there. But I mean, if they wanted to go, another carry like Corrupted Disciple and go mid, or I'm trying to think, Soul Stealer there, but obviously not. So yeah, probably is going to be like Valk mid.
Okay, well there we go. Balfagor, Demented Shaman finishing up that lineup. I kind of do see the Demented Shaman Glacius to going with either the Balfagor or the Swift. I do believe
Yeah.
Swift would probably be the better candidate for that, simply because Balfagor can do the 2-on-1 a lot easier since he's very tanky
Well, the
early game.
Balfagor's little minions with Demented Shaman's heal is definitely going to come into play.
Yeah, that could definitely. That's a very powerful lane as well.
Those two are deadly. As soon as the first time I ever saw Balfour was with Demented Shaman, and I was like, that's nuts.
All right, so they got the last picks here, and now they've altered the timer, so we don't have as much time to talk about this. But we did have a Pharaoh Slither, Forsaken Archer finish up that lane. I don't know. I don't really see a tri-lane there. Maybe a Slither, Andromeda, and Pharaoh. That's about all I can.
Well, Forsaken Archer's really good there with partners. I mean, without that stun anymore, right?
But she's also a very good 2-on-1 because of the extra support from her skeletons, her decent range on Crippling Volley. So let's say Dr. Repulsor going mid, Forsaken taking top, tri-lane bottom.
Oh yeah.
We could see a 2-1-2 here from Legion. Who knows? But we're about to find out.
Yeah, it might just be a regular game here too, though. It's the tri-lane thing. Probably going to see it more on the Legion side, though. But yeah, Dr. Repulsor is totally going to be going middle. He's just one of those guys.
He's just one of them fellas. Yeah.
Ludicrous speed.
Nope. That's yeah. Good Spaceballs reference. I always loved Spaceballs. Great movie.
I know. I love it too. And that the Dr. Repulsor even looks like a Pokemon sort of thing. It's kind of cool too. But he's like a Pokemon Doc Ock, so it's like nice.
I always thought that he reminded me of a Beholder from the old Dungeons and Dragons series.
Oh, I can see with all the tentacles.
Yeah, and if you zoom right down to him, he has like that green kind of head, which makes
Dr.
an eye.
Repulsor is making a beeline here from middle here too. Even before anyone else is left there, he's already halfway to.
It's very hard to kind of convince the Dr. Repulsor not to go mid.
Yeah, no, and it's really comes down to the chasing too. I mean, when you come down to support ganking, like going top or bottom there, he can get there faster and do quite a good gank. So, and people still aren't really used to him as much. I mean, as much as you can even play against him there, he's still not as part of a game as any other hero would be.
All right, well,
cemented in.
That aside, does look like. Give me a second here.
Got Pharaoh and Slither probably going bottom here.
Yeah. So yeah, as very rightly called, the Balfagor Demented Shaman coming out. So those minions plus the heal from Demented Shaman, good stuff.
Yeah.
Glacius going with Swiftblade, probably going to try for an early gank here, but they did not use a ward, a very offensive ward at the time. So it looks like they were not planning to ambush them to the lane, and that will put us with a Valkyrie mid against that Dr. Repulsor.
I think, Swiftblade's trying to tell Glacius there maybe drop down a ward or something, but
no, they're going for a rune gank, but as I said, there's no offensive wards placed. Usually you can put one right behind the tower, see exactly who's coming up, put up a nice.
Or well, even in this lane too, as opposed to in the Legion's bottom lane. In this lane, if you put a ward to stop the top creep spawning there, you can still see into the lane, as opposed to the bottom one where you put the ward there and you can't see into Legion's lane. For some reason, this map isn't a mirror image, so these little flaws kind of come out.
Yeah, well, every diamond has its rough, right?
Oh yeah, of course, anyone would say that if you had a mom like you. Anyways.
What does that mean?
But yeah, no, Glacius and Swiftblade is like is stereotypical almost like partner lane here. But Andromeda and Forsaken Archer both are amazingly good gankers though. So I mean, the whole thing with Glacius is that he's relying on, Swiftblade getting the kill. But we'll definitely see what happens there too. I'm interested in see how Dr. Repulsor does against Valkyrie there, since one blinding from fast speed, one can jump away really easily.
Well, we don't have the speed from Dr. Repulsor until 6, of course, so early game disadvantage, so to speak. Up top.
He still has the electric frenzy, isn't that it? No?
His skill names?
Never mind. That's just the one where he snares them to slow them down, but yeah.
That would be just his, that right there. Yeah. Anyways, looking at top, it looks like Swiftblade's going to try to get out of that. We'll see what happens. This is something I wanted to point out with Glacius, and yeah, he's not going to get out of that, so down goes that Swiftblade. Anyways, Glacius here taking Tundra over Ice Imprisonment has been something that has kind of become almost like the accepted norm. It used to be reversed to that, didn't it?
Yeah. So what time do you have on your clock here?
1:58:59, 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I'm
Falling
10
behind?
seconds behind. Of course.
Ah, fun. Always gotta love this replay
Because I was
system.
like, oh man, Bloodlust! And I was like, oh.
Yep, just casually, yep, that's all good. But
Yeah, no, like I said there, the two top people, the two top Hellborn, Forsaken Archer and Andromeda, way better at ganking than, Glacius and Swiftblade. So it's unfortunate because they're probably going. I mean, it's the short lane for them too, and they're both ranged heroes, so they can hug the tower. Worst comes to worst. Whereas Swiftblade, he has to get into the tower then to try to, get any kills off. If they're going to get scared, they can just turtle and Swiftblade can't get them. But obviously they're pushing the lane there, so everything's going fine for them.
yeah, until Swiftblade gets those boots and that movement advantage over his opponents, it is kind of very hard to track them down, especially when you can have a ready comet ready for the face as soon as you're done your magical spin. So I do kind of see it is also a double range lane compared to the ranged melee. So you also have the chance of 2 auto attacks versus your 1. So of course the Glacius 1 compared to the Andromeda and the Forsaken Archer. So eventually, yeah, the harassment does start adding up. They learn to keep their distance. You can't really close in on anyone.
Yeah.
So.
Did they place? Yeah, no, they placed a ward top as well too, though. So they did do that eventually there, but they didn't make it they could have placed it there, so they could have gotten some sight from it there. But for some reason, they placed it behind the trees. I guess to see if they're getting ganked, but they have another ward on the river, so it's kind of redundant. Oh well. Just my comment about the ward placement there. I love ward placing. Such a nice little mini game in this game.
Well, too greedy up top. Down goes Forsaken Archer. Glacius is most likely going to die from it here. All he needs is one more shot. There he goes. Swiftblade going to try to chase him down. Down south, however, it looks like we took out Pharaoh. So that Balfagor Demented Shaman combo coming into effect. What does Balfagor have? He has a mana battery, Iron Buckler, some health, and of course his own pocket healer. So very hard hero to kill early game.
Oh yeah, no, and the heals and all that too. Great support hero too as well. Good farmer too with those little minion guys. I mean, even though they're way better for ganking, it still helps when needed. But yeah, no, it looks like Glacius though being the only one that fell that top there that time. It's kind of weird there because I don't know. Swiftblade is more the dangerous one. Glacius, even if he dies, not a big deal, and he just kind of gets to go back. He hasn't bought any more wards yet, though, so...
We're only at the
4
minute 50 second, and there's 6 minute wards, and they were placed after the ward spawn. So they still have 80 seconds left on them.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the main thing. I mean, if you're Glacius, it's always good to keep on top of the wards. But, yeah, and it looks like Pharaoh and Slither are doing fairly good there, bottom. I mean...
Except Pharaoh just died.
Considering... yeah. Oh.
Yep.
Did they? What? Yeah, well, before or just right now?
We actually had 3 deaths. We had Forsaken Archer go down top. We had Valkyrie die middle to this Repulsor. And we had Pharaoh die to Balfagor Demented Shaman. So yeah, lots of excitement simultaneous in that regard.
Almost too much to keep track of.
Almost.
I really like Balfagor though. He is kind of a cool hero. He's got some unique, like the getting corpses thing and all. It's a nice little unique ability they threw into the game, I think. But
well, he is an original hero. He might be inspired by others, but he's definitely one of the few originals that they have at their disposal.
What's the Warcraft 3, the catapult that they have in it? The corpse wagon or something like that? Meat truck or something? I don't know.
You're talking about just a creep catapult, right?
Yeah, the cat. Well, no. In Warcraft 3, for the Hellborn or whatever it's called, the demon people there, they had a catapult that would eat up all of the corpses like that.
Good to show your Dota knowledge here. So, down. Whoa.
Oh, I'm saying.
Down goes Demented Shaman down south to this gank from, of course, Dr. Repulsor. Ludicrous speed.
Taunted on the Balfagor.
But wrong taunt as Doss picked that one up to Slither instead of the Pharaoh. So no taunt.
So I'm guessing it was Pharaoh that did the taunt there.
Just give me 1 second here.
No problem.
Okay, we're good to go. And
what time do you have?
I am at 6 minutes and 40 seconds now.
Jesus, how am I always behind here?
I don't know. I have a fast computer. I blame that. Burp, burp. Yep.
Hey, you know what? I waxed my modem, so it should be fast too.
Get every kilobyte out of that thing. This has nothing to do with your modem, actually. So.
I don't know. I just throw more RAM at whenever it's going too slow because RAM makes things go faster. No, I'm joking. But yeah, no, it looks like Glacius there. I mean, he's still taking a beating there, Mr. Ice, but he's gotten his chilling presence up to level